This kind of bait right here is a perfect bait for most anybody. A swim bait has a built-in tail action that goes back and forth, back and forth. It don't matter if you're fishing for bass. With a Kitech swim bait, I like a 4-inch swim bait myself with a 1/4 ounce head or even a 5/16 ounce of a head, depending on how deep a water I'm fishing. It's the same thing. Make a cast, let the bait fall to the depth of where you found the fish, whatever that may be, or find the fish, and simply reel. The tail is all, the tail action, that back and forth tail action, like this, is all it takes. Y'all see that? That's all it takes to get the strike. That is basically a realistic, well, there's no basically about it. Let's not use the big words basically. That is a very realistic action. That's how a shad swims. There he is. Oh, that's a good one. They're all good, folks. This is a lot of fun. I'm back up in here in some clear water back here. Doggone you hard pulling thing. If I could just explain to y'all how hard this fish right here is pulling. Good one. Well, okay, that looks like a, it looks like a female right there. I'm not quite sure about that. Nah, it might be a male. Another good one. Every one of these fish has been huge. Golly, what a wasp. Y'all see that? I mean, here's a penny. Let me lay it beside that. Crappie's eyes just about the size, a little bit smaller than this penny. Let's look at that again. Y'all see that? That's a big crappie. Look here. That's what they're eating. That right there. And it's been like that for 2 days. Good fish. That's a male. Let's let him go. Whoa. I'm talking about, whoa. When you have weather conditions like we've had here lately, front after front after front, sometimes a subtle little swim bait like this one is the deal. And this is a very good one I'm talking about. This is a Shad Fry Z Micro Finesse Z-Man bait. 1/32 of an ounce is what I'm using today because I'm going to be fishing anywhere from 2 to 4, possibly 6 feet of water today. I won't have to fish any deeper than 6, not today. And the 2-pound test line allows this bait to sink a little quicker. And I'm just using a 1,000 size Daiwa reel limber rod because of the 2-pound line. In fact, this is a ultralight sow belly rod, 6.5 foot, 1 piece. I had a question about that. Is it a 1-piece rod or 2-piece? Well, these are 1-piece rods, so they're super sensitive. Another thing that I'll do, folks, is I believe in that Palomar knot. Trilene knot is probably the second that I believe in. But that Palomar knot does a great job. It's a strong, strong knot. Another question was, with 2-pound test line, Richard, how many crappie will you catch before you retie? I'll catch 4 or 5 because of this limber rod. It takes the shock up of light line fishing. It's easy on the knot. 4 or 5, then I'll retie. And I also will check for brays. Now, when it comes to ultralight fishing, folks, I tell you, this matches a crappie perfectly. To start with, a crappie's not really a fast fish in the water. He's pretty quick, but not real quick. He fights hard, but he fights slow, is what I'm saying. So an ultralight is a perfect application for crappie, in my opinion, if you can get by with it. Boy, ain't that pretty. I don't know why I got my net under my feet like that. I want y'all to look, folks. I like it back here. The water's a lot more clearer and you can really see these fish fight. That's a pretty black crappie. Probably about the same size. Well, this one here is probably around 13 and a half. Let's net him. Oh, he's probably bigger than that. Let's see. I don't know. He's just a good fish. Now, he's got it in there. See there? Rarely do I hook them right there in the bottom like that. I don't like that at all. Let's see. That's a handy deal right there. Look here, folks. It's magnetized. You can throw pliers, scissors, artificials up there and it won't go nowhere. Look at there. Going back. All right. We got a few fish right here in front of us. My net rattled under my feet. Yeah. Just after I made a cast, and as that bait was falling, I felt that boom. I just went ahead and set the hook. Just a little area where they're at. And when they're like that, a lot of times swimming it through it and that's, or pitching it out there and holding your rod tip up a little bit, keeping it in front of their face is the answer. You'll get a lot more bites oftentimes like that. There he is. That fish was in a different place. This is a nice one too. Every one of these crappies been good fish, folks, today. Water's clear enough to where you can see them. I love that. You can watch them shake their heads. See, he's doing his best to shake that bait out of his. He don't like it in his face like that. Not at all. Another big old black crappie. Yeah, he was in a different area. Okay. Quit. You done? Are you done? Let's see if we can't get a net. Yeah, there we go. He liked to come out of that hole right there. Man, every one of these are big ones. This year we've been having a big crappie this year. Every year is a little bit different. But this year they're all big. So far, I ain't caught many little ones at all. Okay, let's let her go. The birds is squawking on the mountainside. There he is. Daggone it, every time I fiddle around with something, I get bit. There's crappie all over this thing right here. Bed. And good ones too. Where are you going, boy? Let's get out here. Hey, is that a white crappie? I'm trying to stay off her spot. This wind is really bad, folks. Y'all excuse. I'm not trying to make y'all dizzy. This wind is bad. It's hitting the mountain behind me. And it does a whirlwind. Instead of coming from one direction, it'll come from one direction, then it'll change. But there's another one. They're all just big crappie. Every one of them. Every single one of them. I mean, look at there, what a belly. Let's let him go on back. Just one time I got big old bit of snow. Put it in the dog right here, that booting snow. Just pretty stout, you know. It's a lot sadder than what you might think it is. And that old stuff, I swallowed a little bit of it. Maybe thick as a dog. I was sick for Tennessee for weeks. I kept swallowing that stuff.
There he is. There is another sow cow. Right there, folks. That is a sow cow now. That may be my best crappie so far. Oh my goodness, stay put, fish. Stay put. Wow. Okay. Believe we got him tired. Them bigger fish is, oh boy. When you set the hook into them with 2-pound line, it's just exactly like setting into a rock. Okay, you're done. My goodness, what a fish. We'll measure this fish right here. This is a pretty good one. He's 14 1/8. 14 1/8. So that makes him about a little over 2 pounds. Yeah, I've caught a couple this big or bigger, but you know, when you're catching crappie, 2-pound plus crappie, you're catching a good fish. There ain't no doubt about it. And 2-pound test line, a wimpy rod, and I'm going to mention it one more time. That's the way to go, folks. You're giving these fish a sporting chance. You're having to fight them down. There's no way in the world that I could, what do you call that, horse one in on 2-pound line. He'd pop it. And that's the sport of fishing. Let's let him go. That's a good one. Quit. Alright, best part of it.
Well, folks, there's a little bit more swim bait fishing. I'm going to tell you that's a dynamite little bait right there, no doubt. And today, well, I was lucky. It's white capping on the main lake, and I was lucky to come on up in here and find a group of fish to catch. Very, very windy today, but fishing is unpredictable. You never know until you go. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Everything y'all do for this channel is more than appreciated. Hey, whoa. The adrenaline that's in me dwelleth, deepeth insideth me. Woo, woo, me. And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.